I'm a speaker, and I've been asked to talk about the development of very large-scale hydrogen supply chains, and particularly, obviously, for the Asia-Pacific region. How does clean hydrogen, zero-carbon hydrogen, how does it fit in with the plans of the region to transform away from fossil fuels to a low-carbon economy?
And where are we in the world with hydrogen technology? Are we where we need to be, or is there more technology on the horizon?
There is more technology on the horizon, but the important takeout point is that all the technologies exist today to create the hydrogen supply chains that we need. And importantly, the technology already exists and is already commercial to produce hydrogen at very, very large scale and be able to store it so that we can supply very reliable energy, whether it's electrical energy or hydrogen energy, for cars, for industrial processes and power generation. All these technologies exist now, and what we're seeing is that the costs of these technologies are coming down very, very quickly.
And what's the biggest challenge then for hydrogen technology and our future?
To be honest, it's mindsets. At the moment, policymakers, large industry are really driven by incumbent thinking. This sees renewable energy, and hydrogen is sort of clustered in with renewables, as a small part that fits onto the back of an existing fuel system, energy system. What I think we need to do is flip this on its head. Recognise that solar energy, wind energy and storage are going to be the cheapest form of energy generation and storage. And once this happens, hydrogen will be a great enabler for low carbon economy in industry, transport and power generation. So stop thinking of renewables as a small bit player in the system and start seeing the future where renewables will be the core of the energy system, with hydrogen, battery storage, other forms of storage, providing the reliability and the consistency, removing intermittency of renewable energy.
And that has to come from government top down, or are consumers going to drive that?
It's a combination of the right policy settings, consumer preferences, but what we are seeing, and it's worth looking at this, is investors are demanding much more investment in very large-scale renewables. If we look at sovereign wealth funds, multilateral finance organisations like the Asian Development Bank and others, and particularly interesting, the private equity corporations, BlackRock, for example, the largest in the world, are now demanding a much stronger shift to zero carbon, low carbon economies. So we are seeing a big shift of capital, and as the saying goes, where the money goes, the technology goes. So we're going to see, I think the answer to your question is that capital really drives this change now. It's beyond policy, it's beyond consumer preferences, capital is going to drive it.
And we're day one of SETA 2018. What's your take on the show so far?
I think the debates have been really positive. Some of the keynote speeches were very, very good, I thought. I'm very impressed with what Thailand is doing, looking at smart cities, smart transportation, provides models for a lot of other countries in the region. My takeout is that the Asian region is setting the pace. And if the Asian region, and I put Australia within that, if we're smart about this next phase, we can become more energy self-reliant across the region, and we can establish a platform for low carbon growth for the next 50 years. I think it's very exciting, and we're seeing great thinking come out of conferences like SETA.